Hey guys, it's Mrs. Firestone. So this week in our read alouds, and actually all this week and all next week, we are going to be talking about farms, all kinds of farms, all the animals that live on farms, what we get from farms, everything, just farms, 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 farms. So if you like animals and you like farms, it's going to be a good 2 weeks. So there's so much to learn about farms. But first, let's just talk about the book we're going to be reading today. The book we're going to be reading today is called We Need Farms. So when we talk about a story, we want to talk about what the main idea of that story is. And I know we've talked about this a lot, but let's just chat about what this means. The main idea is the most important part of the book, what the book is about. Sometimes it's so easy to just say the title is the main idea, but that's not always the case. So let's just think about what the main idea is, okay? So the main idea, the main idea of the story is it is the most important part. So important, the most important part of the book. I always like to say, the other part, the way to think of this is, it is what you could never take away from the book. So if I took away this part of the book would not make any sense. It wouldn't even be a book. So that is usually how we know. It is what it's mostly about, and it's the most important thing, part of the book. You can't take it away. So the main idea is the most important part of the book, what the book is mostly about. So we can say it's what the book is mostly about. So the most important thing. So the most important thing. So it's the most important thing in the book. You cannot take it away. So in this story, we are going to be talking, it's a nonfiction book, so we know what that means. That means if it's nonfiction, that means it is for real. It is a real book, so it's going to be all about farms. Okay, so my book is called We Need Farms. So I don't think I'm going to say that's my main idea, but we're going to need to read the book to figure out what it is. So as we're reading this story, We Need Farms, I want you to be thinking, what is the main idea? Because when we pull out the main idea, whoops, my all bunched up here. When we pull out the main idea of the story, we're going to put that, right here in the center, because that's what our whole story is about. And then we're going to have these things called details or supporting details that are going to tell us about this main idea. So as we're reading, I want you to be thinking of a couple things. One, okay, what is the most important thing of the story? What is the main idea? Because that's what we're going to put here, okay? And then we want to think of what are some things that support that, okay? So here's my story. It is called We Need Farms. And George Wong wrote this book, and I don't see a photographer's name, so I would imagine that George Wong, on the title page, also, We Need Farms, he's the person who took all the photography, all the pictures that we're going to see in this book. So he's not the illustrator, he didn't draw the pictures, he is the photographer, he took the pictures. Well, that's pretty cool. These things are made of wool. Wool comes from a sheep. A sheep lives on a farm. Oh, that's pretty cool. These things are made from cotton. Cotton comes from a cotton plant. A cotton plant grows on a farm. Did you know that's where cotton comes from? Look at it. It looks like little puffs of just soft softness all through there. That is so beautiful. Looks like cotton balls, doesn't it? These things are made from milk. Milk comes from a cow. A cow lives on a farm. These things are made from eggs. Eggs come from a hen. A hen lives on a farm. Are you thinking about the main idea? What the most important part of the story is? Remember, good readers always go back. So listen to these things. Wool comes from a sheep. A sheep lives on a farm, like a sheep farm. Cotton comes from a plant. Cotton grows on a farm, like a cotton farm. Milk comes from a cow. A cow lives on a farm, a cow farm. Eggs come from hens. A hen lives on a farm, like a hen farm. There's lots of different kinds of farms. Let's keep reading. These things are made from flour. Flour comes from a wheat plant. A wheat plant grows on a farm. Oh, wow. When I'm driving down the road, I see lots of fields like this. I bet you do too. These things are made from rice. Rice comes from a rice plant. A rice plant grows on a farm. I hear a lot of different kinds of farms that are here. That's interesting. Farms give us things to wear and things to eat. There are lots of different sorts of farms. That last page gave me a good idea because I was reading, and as I was reading all these things, it was saying that because good readers always go back. So we know there was sheep farm, and there was a cotton farm, and there was a cow farm, and a hen farm, and a wheat plant farm, and a rice farm. And then on the back page, it says this: there are lots of different sorts of farms. Do you think that our main idea of this story is there are all kinds of farms? Yeah, I think so too. So what I'm going to do is right here in the middle, because all of the things in my whole story, remember that's what that main idea is? The most important part of the book, what the book is mostly about, and our book is mostly about all different types of farms. So in this part right here, I'm going to put my main idea. So I'm going to put all, that's a sight word, all kinds of farms. So that's my main idea. There's lots of different kinds of farms, all kinds of farms. You could have put different farms, all kinds of farms, however you're going to say it, it's okay. It doesn't matter. As long as the same thought process is, there's many types of farms. There's lots of farms, okay? So now we want to think of 4 different kinds of farms. Now in the book, because good readers always go back, I could go back to this book and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 kinds of farms here. And that's not even all of the types of farms, which means there's more farms than just the ones in this book. However, I want to take the information from my book. So I need to go back to my book, because remembering is good, but I always want to find where I want to see it. I want to be able to touch the picture, touch the words. I want to see it, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to go back, and the first kind of farm I'm going to pick is the cow. I know it's not the first in the book, but I like these because these are the ones I always used to see when I was a little girl, and I used to love them. So I am going to say that one type of farm is a cow farm. So I'm going to take my marker, and I'm going to put, so all kinds of farms. Well, one of those farms is a cow farm. So I can put A here's the good part. Put your finger, find where you, see where you found it. I found the word cow. Cow. C-O-W. A cow. Farm. The word farm's right there. I don't even have to think it. I can just write it. That's crazy. A cow farm. Wow, that is pretty cool. And you know what? It's on page 4. I could even put a little 4 here and circle it so I can remember. Oh, I found that on page 4. Huh, interesting. Do you have to do that? Could you do it? Okay. My next one, all kinds of farms. So I know there's a cow farm. I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, oh, you know what? I love this picture of the cotton. I love that it looks like little cotton balls all over the place. So I'm going to pick cotton farm. So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to write cotton farm. I'm going to put that one up here. And I know how to spell cotton because I can go right here. So I'm going to write cotton farm. So I had a cotton farm. What's another one? Ooh, I do love to eat eggs in the morning with some my toast. So I'm gonna put a hen farm. Could you put egg farm? Yeah, I guess you could put egg farm, but I'm gonna put hen because that's who gives us the eggs is a hen. So I'm gonna put hen farm. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're right. I did forget that because this was page 5 and cotton farm was on page. What did I say that was? Oh, let's go back. Good readers always. Exactly. Go back. Oh, that was on page 3. And then my last one, I'm going to say wheat. A wheat farm because I do love bread. I love bread. I do. So I'm going to put a wheat farm. Is it a bread farm? No. It's a wheat farm because they make the wheat and then they sell that to different places who make the bread and make the other things. So that's what I'm going to do. So we read this story, We Need Farms. There's tons of different kinds of farms. And you can check out, I wonder if you have books in your house that have farms. I know there's lots of books on Epic or Raz that have to do about farms. So maybe check those out and enjoy it because this week, all about farms. I love it. Have a great day, guys.